Hey everyone, welcome to Median Arts, and today I'm going to be sharing with you this time-lapse video of my coloring process and just show you and explain a bit of my thought process behind digital coloring. So this is penciled and inked traditionally, and I scanned it into my printer and I brought it into Procreate. So I'm actually doing this in Procreate, which isn't exactly the best method, but it is a lot cheaper than paying Adobe every month. But it does the job. So essentially what I do here is I block in all the different areas that I'm going to be coloring with. And I started off with the skin tones because if you know me, I love drawing just people, and I think skin tones are just really one of those things that's fun to start with. And here I was really defining the muscles and the muscle definition and where everything goes. That's a very important thing in lighting, right? It's to see A, where the light source is coming from, and B, you sell this illusion of three-dimensionality when you're doing art, right? So in order to get the right muscle tones and proportions, I have a muscle anatomy statue in my room, and I think it was a really good one in my opinion. I got a good deal on it, and that's really what helps me see how the muscles are going to look. And I also had this drawing chart of Absolute Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman is like a different version of Wonder Woman in the comics. I'm a very big comic book reader, so for those of you unfamiliar, she's like a different version of Wonder Woman where she's like a witch, kind of like a tribal witch, and that's like a really cool thing. So I wanted to, draw her. And so here I focused a bit on the hair and did just a bit of light amount of lighting on the hair, because since her hair is black, I didn't want to like change her hair color accidentally. So here I think I was working a little bit more on like little smaller details, which is when I just kind of see how things are going, take a look back from the canvas and that sort of thing. And what I was doing here is I started working on the metal, the chest plate, and metal is one of the most like fun things to draw. It's just like it's fun to see where all the reflection goes. I wanted to add the light blues because of the sky, a bit of yellow, and a bit of purple since it was a bit of a sunset. So I definitely had to look up a lot of reference photos to what metal looks like in different conditions. And I think I did a really good job on the chest plate, but I feel like the sword could have used some work. I'm learning. We experiment, we learn as artists, right? And it was really fun. I wanted the sword to be just a slightly different hue of blue, just a little bit, just so that it wouldn't get too mixed up with the armor plate. So I think I put more blue on the sword. And here she has a red chest plate, and drawing red metal was a bit of a challenge because I haven't done studies of red metal. So it's like I had to kind of guess what colors go there. I mean, not guess, but I used reference pictures and things like that. But it's not that easy to draw things that you haven't drawn before, right? As comic book artists, we have to be adaptive and innovate. A lot of times when you're drawing comics, you will be asked to draw things that you just don't know how to draw yet, or you've never drawn before. So you have to say, hey, like, how do I draw red armor? Or in this case, chest plates and stuff like that. And here I was adding the glitter, the glow, sort of shine into the armor. I really love adding shine into my drawings, especially when I'm doing the color process. I feel like it really makes the art pop a lot. And you see, look at the shine. I feel like it makes the metal look very metallic, and it really sells the idea that she's in a very bright sort of sunset area. And here she had like leather pads and sort of like this cloth on her arm. So a lot of times it's up to you to interpret what the textures are going to look like. And you as an artist, your job as a colorist is to interpret the pencil and inker's work. Since I'm doing my own pencils and inks, it was less of a struggle since I'm interpreting my own artwork. But yeah, the final sort of detail that I had here was the dress. and I think it came out pretty good. I'm not too happy with like all the details of the red armor and the dress. I think it looked good, but I feel like I could do better next time, and I will do some studies and get that going. So anyways, that was really just a quick sort of analysis and rundown of my thought process, and I hope you enjoy it.